And mostly just I was looking at the, for example, the different challenges that I gave you, and even those whom we couldn't accept because of the just the constraints, tried really hard, right? So it was a hard challenge, and it will be more and more difficult. But the point is just that that was not just a learning process, that was an actual product. If you have seen, some of you definitely have posted it in Twitter, and some other people already commented on your tweets, because some of these people extracted insight from that, like, and some of you actually even gave an insight, what is going on, right? You interpreted not only just the plot you shared, but you interpreted the result. That's it. Learning should be like that, right? So, and we're gonna just continue with that kind of pace in terms of the challenge. So this week, for example, we will continue from last week, like the pre-week, and we're going to be making the foundation on kind of building a development environment. A development environment is really just like a house, right? It's like in your home. If you go to somebody's place, you don't know where things are. And if you don't know where things are, you're not going to be comfortable home. You're not going to be really doing what you must do. And that's the same as development environment. If your computer, if you don't know where to just do something, like, for example, you have an idea or you want to test something, you want to do some calculation, and it's like, if you don't know how fast, if it takes you 5 minutes to do that, then that means you are not home. That means you're not going to be productive. So you need really to be just like, to have like the kind of rule of thumb, like, what do you do? Like, let's say you want to share a plot with somebody. What do you do? And it should be like 30 seconds to access that environment. That means like opening up Jupyter Notebook. Most likely, probably if we have web, like, it's probably likely easier just to have like in Google Colab, right? So because Google Colab just is already there and you can just do everything. And there are many other platforms like that. You want to test some kind of like, some image segmentation, you find an image somewhere, and then you want to really see if, how many people are there. You want to count, let's say there was a demonstration, whatever, and then you want to count how many people are there. So you need to have like a quick way of like, okay, I have this image, it was just probably taken from, a camera or something, and then I want to count, and I want to see if algorithms are performing well. So some people who are not data scientists will go search for an app, download an app, and they try, and they don't know what is going to happen, right? But you should have just these things ready, just at least to try. That is what is called development environment. Production environment is another thing. It will be more like how to sustainably, business-wise, enterprise-wise deploy. So this week we are going to really focus on that. We're going to continue from what we had, and the Twitter challenge will be up, and you're going to be really doing something that is going to be relevant and going to be part of your portfolio, but at the same time, it will take you through all these development environments. Just say it kind of tests your development environment and your kind of readiness. So yeah, that's what we are going to do. So I think let's do the stand up, or like, if Arun, if you have any other thing, we can also just say that and then go to the stand up.
Yeah, so I wanted to actually spend a little bit of time walking through the expectations document, because for me it's important to know exactly what we're getting into, and so that expectations are clear on all sides. And we shared this relatively late last night, and so I hope that everyone's had the time to look at it. If not, I would request that everyone does have a look at it. It's available on the Google site, but it's important to make sure that we're all on the same page. But nevertheless,
could you share your screen, maybe, Arun, just to, if that is easy?
Yeah, let me try. I always hate sharing my screen because it never works. But I'm going to try. Okay. Can everyone see this? So I'm going to spend about 10 minutes just going through the expectations. Now, what I would like is that if there are any questions, these are things that we will have opportunities to discuss. One thing to add to what we've said before is that we will have the pace. We will have a little bit more time than we had over the week. We will be busy, but I think that we'll have time to go deeper into specific topics, and we will schedule a session to go deeper into clearing up any questions around expectations. So in the meantime, we can ask questions on Slack. but I'm going to go through it right now. So if you have any questions about this, please do write on Slack in the public channel so that we can address them, because if you have questions, no doubt there'll be others who have the same or similar sorts of questions. So what's our long-term goal? So our long-term goal is to select high potential people. Each of you were selected in the top 5%, more or less, out of applicants. We want to give learners training to be job ready. We want to place top performers from training into jobs. And our longer term goal is to enable future leaders. So we're looking for people who can have 10 times the impact of an average or a traditional person. And so we're looking for people like you to implement transformative solutions for the world. So we're not doing this just to create people who can go out and get a job. Our long-term goal is to find the people who can create new systems, new ideas, who can say, I see a problem in the community, I see a problem in the world, I see a problem in my neighborhood. How can I use my understanding, my education, technology, but also my community linkages, people that I know, to implement, not just think about a solution, not just to say I should do something, but to implement a transformative solution for the world, and to do so at scale. So we're starting off today and this is our third batch of trainees, starting off with data science. But longer term, we want to look for future leaders, people who can have 10 times, and that's why it's called 10 Academy, 10 times the impact of a usual person, and people who can implement transformative solutions for the world at scale. We selected people with prerequisite knowledge and people who engaged with the community. And engagement with the community for us was not only asking questions, where do I find this link, or what's going on, when is what due, but people who can add to the community. So answering questions or saying, here's an idea, here's an interesting article, we're closing in a couple of minutes, let's all work hard towards the end, things like that. Possible outcomes for learners, obviously very important. Some of you, but not all of you, will interview for real jobs and match into real jobs. So while everyone that completes the program will have the skills to be a job-ready data scientist, we are not able to guarantee everyone on this training a job, simply because at this point we don't think there are enough data science jobs in Africa today. But we will be making sure that everyone has the skills to be a job-ready data scientist, and we'll be working to give people skills in the freelancing or the gig economy, so that we hope that those people who don't match into a job will be able to at least take up freelance work or pursue that line of employment. And what does it mean by a data scientist? We're looking for people, we only have 12 weeks. So realistically, we're looking for people who can become junior members of a data science team in Africa. So somebody who can take a process that's already been set up and then to operate that process. And hopefully very quickly race up that ladder from being a junior data scientist in October 2020, racing up that ladder as fast as you can. I'm going to skip a lot of the things here because you can read it yourself on our webpage and we can discuss it. What do I need to do to be successful? This is important for us. So we talk about learning in terms of the knowledge that you have, the skills that you gain, the attitudes that you will pick up, and the ideas that you have running in the back of your head. So for us, the 4 things that you need to do is you must understand the material, and we've written out here what is good and what is excellent. So you must understand the material. You need to be very good at presenting your understanding. We'd like to see leadership in the community, and we want to see who is going to demonstrate the maturity to take up work. And this is by and large the way that we are going to be forming the leaderboard in future. And why are we doing it like this? These are the things that when we speak to employers and say we have these exceptional people, we believe that these 4 characteristics are important for us to be able to stand behind each of you and say this person will become not just somebody good, but somebody who's excellent. So how will 10 Academy support my success? It's there in the document. For us, somebody who is good is somebody who meets the criteria and finishes the course. Somebody who is excellent is somebody who meets the criteria, displays the willingness to go further, either technically in terms of presentation, they add to the community, they understand the material, perhaps at a level which is deeper than what's written in terms of the documents, and they think about the problem that's actually being set out and think about other ways that it could be solved. And then people who are not meeting the criteria, people who are not able to keep up, it's written in the document, but we'll be in touch with them. We should be able to identify those cases pretty early. If we believe that some of you are not ready to be a job-ready data scientist by the end, more than likely we will ask you to re-register for a future course. How will you get feedback? So we plan to have discussions on a regular basis. We're around. The leaderboard is updated weekly. We plan to give written feedback. It may be brief, but written feedback on each submitted weekly challenge. That's something we were not able to do in the pre-training assessment week. We'll be looking at how do we give immediate feedback on quizzes. We're still trying to figure that out in the best possible way. We are planning 3 one-on-ones with each of you. So a one-on-one where we sit you down, or you sit us down and say, how am I doing? Where do I need to improve? We have 3 months, so we're looking at doing 2 or 3 of those, depending on if we do the last one. And if you want to know where you stand, please just ask. Important for us, what do you need to pay for? Training is free. We will not ask you to pay anything for this training that you're going through right now. What we do ask you for, which we haven't listed in another section, is we need you to be present. So we're here. We will be here for the next 3 months. We're working hard to give you the content. We want to make sure that everyone gets the resources they need, to get the support that they need. But training is free, but we expect you to be here at least during core hours. We expect that the assignments will be handed in, and we would love to see that everyone is doing the very best possible job that they can do. Yeah, there's some background noise. See if I can mute this person.
Go on,
Okay.
Arun.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Everyone, if you could please mute, that would be great. So training is free. If you are placed into a job through us, so we're in contact with employers, our model, so we are a not-for-profit initiative, but we want to make sure that we can take what we're doing and do it in a sustainable way. We do not want to be forever dependent on donors to keep running. So our model is, for everyone who's placed through a job through us, we will ask them to pay 1 month of salary if you're earning above a minimum threshold, and we would ask the employer to pay 2 months of salary. If you find your own job, there's nothing to pay, and if you earn less than the minimum threshold, again, there's nothing to pay. So who gets placed into a job? We just want to underline that there is no guarantee that we will get everybody a job. Our goal right now is to get as many jobs as possible. We've built quite a few relationships with companies who are looking to hire. The offer that we've put together in terms of training has been developed with companies in mind. We've spoken with them, we've shared the curriculum with them. Many of them are excited about the meeting you and the skills that you'll pick up. But just to underline that there is no guarantee that there's a job waiting for everyone at the end of the rainbow. That being said, we believe quite strongly that the people who put in the work, who develop those job-ready skills, this is a field which is in great demand. It's growing 15% year on year. There's a current shortage, I think, globally of almost 100,000 data scientists. So we're confident that it'll work out, but we just want to be explicit so there's no, so the expectations are set in the right way. And the last thing that we want to go through is we have expectations for the community, and we will continue to extend this, but 2 major expectations. The first is around harassment. So we want to provide a safe space which is free of discrimination, free of sexual harassment. If there are any concerns or questions, please do tell us. We'll investigate. We'll take it very seriously. For us, it's very important that it's a safe space to learn. People feel comfortable. We do not tolerate any sort of harassment, be it sexual or otherwise. So it's very important for us to state that. And by being here, everyone is acknowledging that that's an understanding that they're willing to abide by. We have an excellent gender. Well, we don't have a perfect gender balance, but it's pretty good. We're 43% of our group are women, and so we're really looking forward to having a really positive, lots of different ideas, lots of different people coming from different places. And the last one, and then I'll stop, is just about the ethics in our own work. So it's difficult for us to recommend people to employers if we have questions around their ethics. And for me as an employer as well, in another world, having an employee who I can trust, and I know that he or she will do the right thing. And I think this question of what is the right thing, I think it's pretty well understood by everybody. But just to make it explicit, we expect that everyone will do his or her own work. Now, it's fine to discuss, it's fine to collaborate, it's fine to use resources from the internet. But if you submit something and you don't understand how it works, or if you're just copying something from a colleague or a friend, that's pretty clearly that it's not your own work. So we're expecting everyone to submit his or her own work. Collaboration is good, using the internet is good, but we're looking for leaders, and we say that leaders build and create, and they can be inspired by and learn from others, but we're not looking for copying. So I'm going to stop there, see if anyone else from the team has any comments, And if there are any questions, I'd ask you to hand it over to ask them on Slack, because I'm sure others will have similar questions. So anyone from the team, Yevabel, Sebastian?
Yeah. I mean, I think you covered everything. It's just the one thing I want to focus and stress is that if something is not clear, please consult this document. At the same time, like if you don't find that specific question, make sure that you raise it, because it helps other people also to, and we are sure that we haven't covered every possible question that you may have. So just, be proactive, trying to ask that in a clear way. But first, just look at this document, because this document contains most of the information probably that you need. And I think with that, I mean, like, if there is another comment, we will, but I would like if we can have at least 1 or 2 people just to say, like, the stand up, like, I mean, I know that we are running out of time. So just more, we don't have, you can say about what you have done, like, in the week, just, but then what are you prepared to do? Just as a kind of the model to keep model in all of, in this morning, we're going to have the same, all the times that we are going to have either a Slack stand up, or we're going to have the Google Meet stand up. So maybe that we can clarify on that part, Arun? Or is it already in the document?
No, so it brings up a good point. So we're evolving. This is the first time we're using this model. So we will keep communicating changes as we go. For now, we're here today. We'll announce tomorrow how we plan to do the stand-up. We want to figure out what's the best way. We think Google Meet is good, but it's very much broadcast and it's hard to communicate. So we will be experimenting on, for example, at some point this week, we will try a Slack stand-up and just see how that goes. So we're going to experiment. We will communicate. We're happy to have more team on board so that we will do better at communicating to you. It's also easier for us with a smaller group than we had last week. There was a question from Lawal about Ethiopia. So Ethiopia, we're still waiting. Internet is still off. So we hope to admit, we have 1 Ethiopian with us, but we hope to admit more, but we need to see how that process evolves. We don't know how to predict when the internet will come back. And so that's a difficult situation. So in terms of the stand-up, why don't we take, we're just gonna start randomly and take
2 people.
2 people, yeah. So let's go with people who have their video on, because their connection is probably pretty good. So Lowell, your video is on. Why don't you go ahead?
Okay, all right. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay, right. So good morning, everyone. So pretty much after last week, I mean, I was really pumped to further my learning of
Yes, we can hear you.
Really, to further my learning of data science. My background in chemistry, so I had a lot of work to do. So I went online, I improved my data visualization skill and data cleaning skill, learning some new methods, applying them. I use data quest, by the way, so it's really been interesting, and I really look forward to learning more and being job ready by October 2020. Thank you very much.
Okay, so let's pick a female candidate who's not from Nigeria, just for diversity. So who would like to go? Anyone?
Otherwise, I think we have Boateng Johnson, whose video is on.
Hello, everyone.
Hey, we can hear you.
Okay, I'm Johnson, by the way, and then I would say I'm very happy to be part of this training, because the pre-training week was very good and very stimulating for me, and then I was able to learn so much. Even as a developer myself already, I'm a web developer and I develop with Python frameworks. But then the training taught me a lot of stuff. So during the last week, I was online searching through other stuff, things that can make me better in data science. And then, yeah, I'm really ready for this. So we are hoping for the best. Thank you very much.
Great.
All right, super. Any ladies? Can we get one lady to please contribute?
Okay, good morning. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes,
good morning.
we do.
All right, good morning. So, well, I would say I'm very, very happy to be here because I was like, wow, like when I came in and I saw so many talents, I was like, can I make it to the final stage? I just kept in my best, and the pre-training week was a whole lot. I learned so much, and I would really say I'm grateful, and I'm really looking forward to using this opportunity that I've been given for free to learn a lot. Yeah, to challenge myself, to interact with people. So I'm just really going to say I'm very, very grateful to 10 Academy to be part of this community, and I'm looking forward to utilizing this opportunity given to me to learn. Yeah. So thanks so much, 10 Academy. I'm very grateful. Yeah. Thanks so much.
Wonderful.
All right, so I think we're good to go unless one more person want to go. No. All right. So then,
Aaron, I think Janet wanted to say something. He just
okay.
like,
Yeah.
Janet. Janet, are you there?
Yeah,
Yes.
I think she's on it.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, hi.
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, we do hear you.
Yes, thank you very much. I am very excited for starting this training. I'm very ready to grab this opportunity that I've given for free. During the last week, I've completed my Udacity Nano degree. I get my first certificate for completing the data science nano degree. Now I'm very ready to start with you guys, and I'm very happy that I've been selected. Thank you very much. I'm looking forward to work with you and learn a lot from you guys. Thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, so then the next session we will have is the tutorial at 12 in London, German time. Until then, there are materials already in just the Monday folder. I think that's so you can just look at it. And I will probably upload also the video just for those people who, I mean, I see that almost everyone is already here, but in any way, just that I will upload the video just to make sure that if you don't have good internet, you can download it before and follow just through the Slack. So, yep.
So I think we still need to share the materials for the week. I don't think it's been shared yet,
Okay.
so we're going to do that just after this call. Yeah. All right. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you on Slack.
Thank you. Bye.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello. Yes. This session is over. So currently joining on the Slack groups where currently interactions are ongoing.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. Enjoy your day.